Today is 28th of March. Market trade reversal bar on lower volumes. Now this happened after a strong rally over the last few weeks, and we see the test of the resistance at 3260. So this pullback itself is considered healthy. We'd like to see it take out the resistance at 3260 and eventually challenge the next resistance, which is at 3280. Our support remain at 3200. Now this rally itself, we see very strong showing in particular the bank stocks. But before that, let's take a look at the US market. This is S&P 500. After breaking this resistance, S&P continue to make new high. We don't see any meaningful pullback at this point in time. This way is where you trade an inside bar on lower volume. Generally, this is considered healthy. If you take a look at the monthly charts, if you notice, market has been making almost 5-month consecutive high. So it's actually due for the pullback. We see same things in Nasdaq, perhaps slightly weaker. Purely looking at the price actions, breaking this resistance itself, we do see that actually trade sideways. Again, it is perfect normal to continue to actually trade sideways or pull back. If you take a look at the NYSE Composite Index, this represents the 2000 big cap stocks, which you can see that actually the rally is actually broad-based. It doesn't confine to any particular sector. So again, it is due for corrections. This is chart of Brent crude, which is generally strong. Managed to take out this resistance at about $84, which was tested on many occasions, and we see very nice run up and test the resistance at about 87, followed by a series of sideways bar. So this development is generally strong, and we may see further upside move. What is required is actually a catalyst. Of course, mentioned before, the concern is that if the price continues to be elevated, that may fuel the inflation. That may cause the Federal Reserves to delay interest rate cut. The interest rate has been held for 5 consecutive months at a 23-year high, and the concern is that actually may result in recession. So cutting interest rate appeared to be the very obvious things, but the Federal Reserve may delay the cutting of this interest rate, and that will be generally negative for the equity market if there is any delay. Let's take a look at some of the stocks we've been actually discussing. Food Empire. Now this stock itself, after consolidating for months, managed to break out very aggressively, but unfortunately it appeared to have lost its momentum and currently trading below 1326 SMA. I mentioned previously that it's actually holding at 50 SMA, and again we take a look at the major moving averages. This is the 50 SMA. If you notice, actually closed below that, so this is not something we like to see. Now if we continue to do so, then the bet is probably off for the stocks, and we probably move on to other stocks. Franken stock is actually consolidating sideways after making this high here. If you notice, you'll be trading sideways, and in the process, the 13 SMA is actually flattened. So this is indications of a pause. Again, we just need some patience to wait for it to finish this consolidation. So eventually take out this high here of 174. Now it's quite evident from the weekly charts. We have very nice run-ups, and in fact it's extremely strong. So again, pulling back here in the attempt to close this daylight is perfectly normal. Venture. Mentioned in the previous videos that we see a period of quietness, and we do expect a range of expansion, and this is what we have seen. But unfortunately, it didn't trade that well despite the range expansions, because in 2 occasions it was not able to close well. So it does appear there's some resistance here, but whatever it is, we'd like to actually observe closely and look for a break above this prior high here of 1442. Another tech stock, just for purpose of discussion, the stocks is not likely to perform, but it's more likely a candidate for short. But again, at this point in time, it's probably better to avoid short unless the sentiment has changed. But nevertheless, we should observe this, because after it normalizes, we may see a break on the downside below this low here. So perhaps we can set our alert at this level here, 209. This is S-Stack, very strong run up. In fact, it's too fast too soon, and loses momentum since trading sideways around, catching its breath. It is perfectly normal. Again, during this period, we just have to wait it out. I'd like to see it take out this high here, which is at 107. Yangzijiang, we have a very strong bar today, and in the process actually break this resistance at 190. So if you can remember, actually this sell down was in reaction to the petition by the US Union about the unfair practice by Chinese shipbuilders, and we see this reaction here, but managed to recover. So it actually negates this negativity here, and the fact it managed to actually break the resistance with a wide range bound on increased volume is positive development. Again, we'd like to see follow through. Eventually, you can look for setups to actually go long. Now, if you take a look at the weekly charts, it's pretty evident here. This is a small deeper setup on the weekly charts. Dynamic. This stock is likely to benefit from an increase in the Brent crude. So if you take a look actually over here, after making this high itself, we see this drop off in the volume, but today we notice there's a picked up. I'd like to see eventually take out this high here, which is 375. This is a big deeper setup. Mentioned previously, we do have overhead resistance, so it's something you got to look out for. Jaffa, rumor of the company being taken private, and we see this very strong run up followed by this pullback or lower volume. Today volume picked up a little bit, but was not able to take out this resistance. So I'd like to actually see a break above this high here of 275. Samudara, mapping out a very nice consolidation pattern. So this is something you would like to actually observe closely. Notice after the attempt at this resistance, there's a pullback on lower volume. So I'd like to see if we actually take out this 785.